Welcome, welcome! It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today is Drake DefenseCon. Well, what is that, you ask? Well, Drake is always the one manufacturer that is not invited to Invictus Launch Week. Because of their stigma of selling to pirates, they just have a bad rep and they're not allowed to be at Invictus. So they decided to do their own thing. And they came up with Drake DefenseCon that they would always put on at the same time as Invictus Launch Week. So it comes in at the end of Invictus. You just go kind of from one to the other, and it offers all of Drake's wares, so to speak. So always an exciting time for Drake fans. A lot of us are out there. We love some of the Drake ships. I love the bare bones idea that they have. There's no luxury in a Drake ship, and we're going to see more of that today. So let's go ahead and dive in. There is a big surprise, at least there was a surprise for me coming into today. We kind of had a heads up on the Ironclad, right? But they didn't tell us about the Ironclad Assault. So I want to take a look at that real quick. We're going to take a look at both of them. So it says, where eagles dare meet the Drake Ironclad, run the skies with Drake's juggernaut of free enterprise, the mighty Ironclad, an armored freighter that takes the risk involved in deep space traversal and transport seriously. It stands as a beacon for intrepid independent pioneers across the galaxy. Then you have some pictures of the Ironclad here, concepted pictures. One of the cool things about this ship is all the cargo is internal, and it can hold a lot of internal storage. We'll go into it right now. But first, let's talk about how the thing defends itself. So you have one size 5. It's supposed to be quad turrets, right? So it's got a quad turret that's a size 5 up here. It has a size 3, and then it has 2 more size 3. So there's a turret here, turret here, turret here. And then I think, is this a turret here? This may be the tractor beams over here. 3 size 2 tractor beams. It has the ramp on the front for ground loading. It has the cargo hold with the retractable roof here that you could just scoop things in, so to speak. The detachable command module with the size 2 turret on top. 10 engines. And if you look inside, it's got a brig here, which we haven't seen in any of the ships officially announced other than maybe the Idris or the Javelin. We haven't seen where those would be located, but this has a brig officially for additional storage, it says, with extra security. Then you have the cargo hold, which is capable of 1,536 SCU of secured storage. A lot, guys. A whole lot. The C2 I think is only capable of like 600 something, maybe 500 something. So this is almost triple that. That's crazy. And then you have an internal turret, a turret inside the bay, the cargo area, overlooking the whole thing. That's the first time we've actually had them list internal security for any kind of the ships. I know they talked about doing that in a lot of the capital ships and stuff in the future, but this is the first time they actually have it mapped out for us. Then you have the control room that controls the cargo area, the tractor beams, etc. Then the command module or cockpit side. It's going to come in 2 different colors: the Drake Ironclad color, the factory standard, and then it's going to come in the Dauntless color, which adds some of this white highlight, which is pretty cool. Now, if you want to look at the technical specs, it's 120 meters long, 52 wide, 20 meters tall. So it's almost a soccer field. Yeah. A football field sized. Okay. So yeah, this thing, it'll sit down in most stadiums. And then you're going to have, of course, the major amount of cargo space, thrusters, detachable module. Yeah. Awesome. Let's move on to the bigger surprise to me, which was the Ironclad Assault. So it says full frontal. Meet the Ironclad Assault, the ultimate combined arms platform. The Ironclad Assault effortlessly carries heavy vehicles and squads of infantry with daunting auxiliary turrets providing direct support. Add a full-service garage capable of refueling, rearming, and even fabricating new components for ground vehicles. And then you have a truly self-sufficient beast capable of meeting anything or anybody standing in your way. This is going to be like the ultimate dropship. I mean, it's football fields long, which is fine. I'm good with that. And it's got tons of these turrets. Like, it's got 2 turrets up top, 2 down below here. I mean, that's just in the front, right? That's pretty awesome. So let's take a little bit closer look at this ship. So these are dual turrets, and these are quad turrets down here. Wow. Okay. Well, it's got a fortified ramp in the front, which you'll see right here. Then it's got these guns: 1 size 5 quad, 2 size 3 quad remote, 2 size 3 quad remotes, and 1 size 3 manned. So these 2 should be manned, and these 2 probably remote. And whatever these turrets are going to be likely remote. Well, of course, again, you have the size 2 remote up here, and I think one of these has like quad missile launchers. Maybe that's what these on the front were missile launchers. I don't know. Time will tell, right? Then we look at the interior. This right here really catches my eye. 34 jump seats. Most we've seen in game is 20. 34 jump seats. So you can have 34 Marines on this ship. And it's got room for 4 tanks. 4 full-size Nova tanks at 1152 SCU. Now, it also has a little vehicle bay back here that they don't talk about. Like they have a tank being put together back here. Still has the internal turret as well, but yeah, look, there's a tank being put together back here. That's cool. The turret was off of it before I clicked on that. Interesting. And then you also have your control room and your cockpit. It too comes in 2 different colors. Yellow color is the standard, and then you can also get the Dauntless color for it. How much, you ask? Well, if you're part of the Chairman's Club and you get it at Warbond, it's $400 with the Dauntless paint, or just the regular Ironclad. $465 for the Ironclad Assault with the Dauntless paint, and then if you get them both together, it's $835 Warbond. Then they'll both also come with Dauntless paint jobs. So pretty cool. The paint job itself, $16. Now, if you go standalone, Warbond is $400 again and $465. But if you decide to go credit, Ironclad ILW, remember, so this is a concept. So if you do Warbond, you get the LTI insurance. If you don't, you're only getting 10-month insurance. Only. That's 10 years, guys. 10 years of insurance. You're going to be playing this ship for 10 years? Well, maybe. This game may last a long time. You never know. It's been in development for more than 10 years. Why wouldn't you get to play it for more? $450 for credit, $525 for credit on the Assault. And then again, $835 Warbond if you want both of them, or $925 credit. Let's move on and see what else Drake is offering this year. You've got the Buccaneer at $110. Fantastic little light fighter, by the way. Or interceptor, I guess is what they're calling it, right? Interdiction, yeah. Then you have the Caterpillar at $330, and there is a special upgrade offer available for it right now. You'll be able to get a little bit of a discount if you decide to upgrade a ship into the Caterpillar. Corsair at $250, awesome ship for that price. I mean, it packs a punch, and it's got room for a small group of people to play. It's got cargo space, enough for a small vehicle. Just kind of a cool ship. It's got roof access. It's asymmetrical. There's just a lot to like about the Corsair. Cutlass Black, $110. Let me tell you, if you're just getting into the game and you don't want a regular starter ship and you're willing to pay $110, this would be the ship to go with because it is one of the most versatile ships in the game, bar none, especially early on. And it can do a little bit of everything. Fight, have a group of players on it. It's got a co-pilot seat and a turret, and it's got 5 jump seats, I believe, in the back. It's got a cargo hold, but it can just do just about everything that you need a ship to do in the game. It does have I believe it's supposed to have tractor beam as well, eventually. Then you have the Cuddy Blue, which is like the police variant of the Cutlass. It has a quantum interdiction drive so it can keep people from going into quantum. It can't pull them out. Probably overpriced if you ask me at $175, but that's Cuddy Red, which just got more popular again because size 3 medbed in the back will now allow you to resurrect yourself there. They did have that in the game originally, testing the mechanics. Then they took it out because tier 3 beds aren't supposed to give you that capability. And now it's back, I think, because of all the people playing during this time. And it just, to me, it makes sense. I mean, you'll spend an hour getting to where you want to go only to die to some crazy lag spike or somebody shooting you through a wall or something, and you have to start all back over again. Whereas with the Cuddy Red, if you landed on station and have it set as your med bed, you would revive there and get right back into the fight. Makes sense. But that med bed only works up to 20 kilometers. Right? So if you're further than that away, you're not going to be able to respawn. The Cuddy Steel, which is not a steal at $235. I think they decided, well, no, this ship is still way overpriced. It's got a lot of guns on it. All right. It's got dropship seats, like 18 of them. It's kind of a cool idea, but in practicality, unless this thing is really heavily armored, you're not going to be using it as a dropship. It will get torn to shreds coming into drop zones, most likely. Now, I think I am probably the only one that still have the Cutlass Steel. I think everybody that I know that had one has sold it off or upgraded it to something else. But I still have hope for this ship actually serving a real purpose instead of being a paper champion for dropships. Then we get into some of the beginning ships, if you want to call them that, or tier 1 ships like a cutter, where you can this is designed to be one of your first starter ships out there. And let me tell you, the cutter is great. It's a great starter ship for sure. $45. Cutter Rambler at $50, which is more of an exploration version or expedition. And then you have the Scout, which is also exploration or reconnaissance. It's $50 as well. So 3 different versions of that ship. I think this one's kind of superfluous, but I don't know. Who am I to question that? Then you have the Drake Dragonfly Black. The Dragonfly is an extremely versatile hover bike. You can use it on the planet surface. You can use it in space. Got room for 2 people. A little bit of cargo, not much. This thing is just one of the cooler design ships in the game, if you ask me. Drake Herald. Not many of you still have this ship. Not many of you are going to have this ship. Not many are you going to want to have this ship. But this is an info running ship. They'll store information on these drives here. And like, let's say you stored all this information, you'll jump into another system, you'll expel those drives, and then jump back to send information back through the other side of the jump gate or whatever. I mean, that's kind of how this is designed. It's a fast messenger. Then, of course, the Ironclad at $450, Ironclad Assault $425. Then you have the capital ship size light carrier Kraken. Kraken is just an awesome ship. It's got 4 landing pads, small landing pads on one side, 2 medium one on another. It's got 2 Buccaneer bays, or at least extremely small ship bays. It'll fit Buccaneers, M50s, those sorts of ships. And then it's also got a Dragonfly bay and over 4,000 SCU of cargo space, I believe. But it also has anti-capital ship weaponry for guns. I mean, it's a beast. You can get it at $1,400. Well, if you're quick when it comes back around, or $1,650 on credits. So this is an awesome carrier. If you have a decent sized org, you may want to have one of these in your org. Now the privateer is very similar to the regular Kraken, except for it doesn't have the capabilities to really support the fighters and stuff. All the internal space is more, in the cargo space is dedicated to shops. So it's kind of like a flying mall. People will come land on your deck, go to the mall, go shopping, and then you can support up to, I think it's 8 or 10 shops, 2 of which would be black market type shops that you can sell illicit goods. That one, those 2 shops replace the Dragonfly Bay in it. $1,700 war bond for privateer, $2,000 if you get it on credits. A little bit more than the regular Kraken. Then we have the Mule, which is a little vehicle that's capable of moving boxes and storage units. It'll store 1 or 2 SCU storage on the Mule itself. But it's a little 6-wheeler that you can move from A to B on or with. Again, I don't know with tractor beams how useful this thing is, but it's kind of fun to drive around in it anyways. But then you have the Vulture, which is extremely useful because it's a salvage ship. It's pretty much kind of like the beginner version of salvage. At $175, this thing will make you way more money than what it costs you. It'll cost you $175 in real world money, but in-game money, you'll be able to rack it up using Vulture as you tear away hulls and store them and then go and sell them. At local trade centers and admin places all around the verse. Definitely need this ship in the game, and like I said, that's one of the jobs that is very lucrative, especially right now. There you have it. 10-month or 10-year insurance upgrade on the Caterpillar as well. But these are the ships that are offered for Drake DefenseCon. If you want all the ships, war bond is going to cost you $5,525. Doing credit, it's $6,100. You can get the Drake shirt for $350. They'll have some more Drake stuff in the merchandise store. Let's get down to the convention hall, at least where Drake DefenseCon is going on, and check out what they are showing off there. All right, we are at the spaceport at Area 18 where Drake DefenseCon is going on. You can tell by all the red, and they've got several elevators that go down to the showroom floor. Let's go ahead and take one of these elevators down and what Drake is going to offer us today. All right, here we go. We're stepping out into this massive auditorium here for Drake DefenseCon. See the big old DefenseCon in the background there. Awesome. Let's start on the left side. It looks like we've got the Cuddy Red here. Always, like I said, a fan favorite ship, especially for the ambulance drivers and EMTs of the world.
Pops up on your scanner and they don't look friendly. Sure.
Then it looks like, is this Cuddy Black or Steel?
You'll be blown up and picked clean.
The Cuddy Steel? They'll buy all the guns on the doors.
Combat tested ships, and it'll be
I almost walked over a mule. A couple mules. Like another Cuddy Red. We have a Cuddy Blue. The first Cutlass was probably the Cutlass Black. Yes, it was. And the reason why you can tell that is because of the turret on top. I was a little confused because of the red livery that was on it. More of a Cuddy Red thing, but I guess it's great, right? So they're going to put red on everything.
That are out there every day.
You've got the Caterpillar here on this side. All the doors open. Those cargo doors are supposed to drop down as elevators down to the ground. One in the front here as well. They have not opened. one of the first IAEs. They did a commercial with pretty much strippers dancing on the side of those cargo doors. Funny. So the very first thing you're going to have here is the Kraken on the holodeck. I don't think they've had any time to really do any work on this ship yet. Nice if they had, but there's other priorities in the game right now. The Great Kraken is not high on their priority, sadly. I think that's all for the holo ships. I don't have anything else for holo ships, but we'll go around look around anyway. Drone repair center. I think that follows. Let's go ahead and check out what's over here on this side. Aquarium. That Caterpillar's a pretty long ship. So this is definitely one of the cutters over here. Cutters haven't been in the game so long that I can identify them very easily from first glance. That one's the regular cutter over there. Cutter Scout. Yeah, cutter Rambler. Yep. Rambler.
DefenseCon's a great opportunity to take a look at the real ships that are out there every day, defending your freedom and moving the gears of this.
It's a great first starter ships game. Reapers. Well, you have the Dream World over there in the background. A ship that nobody really cares about, most likely. Great Buccaneer, which has always been kind of a unsung underdog. It always had some capability, but several patches, it would take a hit and it would be done. Never in anybody's meta. Right now, because of the way that master modes work, definitely I would consider meta one of the better fighters out there. And then you have the Vulture here, which is the salvage ship, remember? Fantastic buy right now. The salvage is very lucrative. Can be. And then you have the Corsair, which is kind of like Drake's answer to the Cutlass, though it looks more like closer to their answer to maybe a 600i or something. There you have it, ladies and gents. Drake DefenseCon. What do you guys think? Is Drake one of your favorite manufacturers in the game? Or would you rather maybe they weren't in the game? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you pick up an Ironclad or any other Drake ships this time around? Let me know that as well. And yeah, I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. I'll see you out in the verse.